Good evening everyone. Welcome to Olive Board MBA Exams. I hope that all of you are aware of the fact that MBA CET has just released an important notification that its exam dates are now postponed, which clearly means that exams as was scheduled earlier, 23rd, 24th and 25th June are now postponed to a new specific date. So as you can see here, the important information regarding MAH MBA CET, the exam dates now are 23rd, 24th and 25th of August, and this information is as per the official website of the MBA CET exam cell. So now there will be 3 slots, as it was announced earlier that there will be 3 exam dates to be precise. Those exam dates have been postponed by 2 months, 60 days, and now the exam dates would be 23rd, 24th and 25th of August. The registration window for MAH CET has already closed, so I'm sure that all of you are aware of it and you have applied for the examination. Now, the important information that was also available was that JBIMS will be taking the MBA CET exam this session. So somewhere JBIMS will be taking the MBA CET exam, and as per our in-house experts, this year's MBA CET exam is gonna be tougher as compared to last year. The cutoff for this year is expected to be close to +5 or -5 range than the last year's MBA CET exam. So let me explain you this by the fact that there are 3 exam dates with different slots. So as per the last year trends and the type of questions and the pattern change that is there in the MBA CET exam 22, the cutoffs for top colleges, or for that matter percentiles, would vary in a range of +10 to -10 marks, or when normalization happens it would be in the range of +5 to -5. So effectively there would be a 10-mark swing in the while normalization in different slots. So coming to the point that what can be the scores, or what should be your targeted scores wherein we can get, or for that matter you can get a seat in the top colleges that come under the MBA CET exam. So these are the predicted scores mapped with their predicted percentile. We have done statistical modeling, and as per the responses that we have got from aspirants who have appeared in the MBA CET exam and the experience of our in-house MBA experts, this is a list of the scores mapped with the percentile. 66 to 75 MBA CET score clearly means that you would be in the range of 55 to 60 percentile. 76 to 90 means that you would be in the range of 75 to 85 percentile. 91 to 100 means you would be in the range of 86 to 90. I want to add a fact here that majority of the aspirants who appeared for MBA CET 21 exam literally fall in this range of 91 to 100. Which clearly shows that they had the ability, they had the competence to clear the examination, but due to a difference, or for that matter their inaccuracy in the strategy, or for that matter they didn't practice mocks that were close to the actual examination, so they were not able to fill that gap of 15 to 20 marks that was required to get a better percentile. So this range to this range, the jump is easy, but it has to be a strategic jump from here to here. Someone who is lying in this range at this point of time cannot easily come here, but someone who is lying in the range of 86 to 90 percentile, or for that matter getting a score that is close to 100 marks, is a very close candidate who can easily score more than 99 percentile in these 2 months that have been extended by the authorities. So I would suggest to all the aspirants who are falling in this range to improve on themselves, look out for mocks that are close to the actual examination. And I'm sure you guys are aware that the MBA CET 22 exam will not have sectional bifurcation. So easily if I say there can be 3 RC questions followed by 2 quant questions followed by 1 logical reasoning question. So in a simple sense, it would be in a jumbled form of questions, not like the sectional bifurcation you had earlier. So your strategy needs to refine in this. You need to practice mocks that offer you jumbled section of mocks, or for that matter, the entire paper of 200 marks should be in a format in a jumbled scenario wherein there is no sectional bifurcation. You're not aware that what sections question are going to come after that, and you clearly attempt those type of mocks, and the scores that you are getting after pursuing those mocks are your real scores. So I would clearly advise all the serious aspirants, get rid of the mocks of previous years or before that, or the mocks that you have buyed who have mocks who have sectional bifurcation. You are aware of the fact that after 25 questions, logical reasoning section will appear. You have to get out of that zone. You need to understand that you would have an examination which would have a jumbled form of questions. So you need to practice mocks that are closest to that experience. Coming back to the score versus percentile, the next score range lies between 101 to 115. The percentile is between 95 to 97 percentile. The top 20 colleges, apart from the 7 core colleges that are offered under MBA CET examination, the candidates can easily get into the top 20 colleges after the top 7 if they fall in this range. Now, coming to a range of 116 to 130, so this range is somewhere the least competitive range. So somewhere till here, starting from here till here, it is the most competitive range in terms of the students appearing for the examination. Assume that if 2 lakh of students appear for the examination, somewhere close to 1.5 to 1.6 aspirants would lie in this range. So going by the seats that are available in the MBA CET exam, if you need to make a jump from here to here, you should target a range that is 100 plus to get into a decent college that is offered under MBA CET examination. Now coming to the high profile 131 to 145 score is closely can help you to get close to 99 percentile to 99.89 percentile. So as per the trends of last year, the percentile was in the same range, but again this year, since the exam is postponed, since there would be different slots, since there will be normalization, counting all the 3 factors, the scores this year, the paper is going to be tough, and the scores this year would have a swing of 10 marks, as I said earlier, plus 5 to minus 5. So clearly, someone who's scoring in this range 131 to 145 is likely to fall in this bracket of 99 to 99.8 percentile. Now coming to the 145 to 155 score, the aspirant is a clear-cut candidate to get a 99.9 percentile. So what I mean from this score, that if you're falling under these 3 brackets, you still have time to boost your score and accordingly get in either of these 3 brackets to get a decent MBA college that you're looking out for under the MBA CET exam. If you are not understanding the entire concepts, the best practice is to look out for high weightage topics in all the sections and accordingly prepare. Do not target percentiles. I would suggest target the score range. So if you are falling in these 3 score ranges, try to come in this range in at least 1 month so that you can consolidate on that, and when the actual D-Day appears, you fall in these 3 ranges. So coming to the point that I've preached you a lot that this should be the score, this should be the percentile range. But what is the strategy? What is the method eventually to get this score, to boost your score, to make a jump, a strategic jump from a score of 60 to 90 in 1 month, and thereafter consolidate that and reach to a point of 100 plus. So practice previous year questions of abstract reasoning. So I have specifically mentioned here that you need to practice questions from previous years only of abstract reasoning. Quant should have arithmetic, geometry, mensuration, ratio and proportion, and probability honed. These are the topics in which, though the number of questions, if you count, that are attached to these topics are closely or roughly, I would say 52% of the quant section. So if you only focus on these 5 topics, arithmetic, geometry, mensuration, ratio, proportion, and probability, you're going to get a very decent score in the quant section. Now in VATC it's clear there will be RC passages, so you need to read newspapers, you need to read books, you need to practice previous year RC questions that were asked in the examination. Now the most important part, logical reasoning is expected to be the tougher section out of all the 3, or for that matter the toughest than last year, and deciding factor for securing a spot in top MBA colleges like JBIMS, SIMSREE and PUMBA. So what I mean from that, logical reasoning is the highest weightage section out of all 4. Logical reasoning has 75, abstract reasoning has 25, quant and verbal have 50 questions each. So from the weightage, it's clear that it is a deciding factor for your selection, or for that matter securing a seat in the top MBA college. But as per the trends that are there last year, logical reasoning is going to be the toughest section. So you need to practice mocks, you need to practice previous year questions, you need to get hold of the concepts. Your aim should not be to solve 100% of the questions. Your aim should be to solve close to 60% of the questions, but with 100% accuracy. So coming to the main point, for which the preparation strategy for MBA exam. Since the exam will have questions independent of sections, as I said, the exam would have questions that are independent of sections. You will get questions in a form of a bundle. You won't be aware that after 3 VATC questions, whether it will be a logical reasoning question, whether it will be a quant question. So practicing mocks that are canonical to the same is important. So practicing mocks that offer you the same experience that the actual MBA CET exam is gonna offer you is very, very crucial for you to get a strategic jump. As I told you earlier, that if you want to jump from 66 to 90, 90 to 110 in the coming days, you need to practice mocks that are in the jumbled format, that are not in the sectional format. You should be able to anticipate, or for that matter be ready for any form of questions from any section. Now weightage wise learning of the topics under all the sections should be a priority for score boosting. So again, a lot of aspirants have come to me and asked that eventually what is the scenario that how can we get a 99 percentile or a 100 percentile? You do not need to solve the entire question paper. You need to solve close to 60 to 65% of the questions in all the sections with maximum accuracy. If you are doing that, you are on the path to secure a percentile that is above 97, but thereafter the attempts do matter. But for the attempts to matter, you need to come in that range of 97 to 99 percentile to get that. So if you want to learn from JBIMS alumni and get access to updated mocks, use code offer35. So what I said, that you need mocks that are closest to the actual examination, that are closest to what the MBA CET notification said. So in order to get those mocks and practice, we have a mock test series, MBA CET 22 test series, that is designed by JBIMS alumni. Someone who has already cracked the examination by himself is a better judge of a strategy to approach the examination and eventually make conversions. So if you want to learn from JBIMS alumni like Prashant Chaudhary, who has scored 99.98 percentile last year and got admission into JBIMS, you can easily go to the link that is mentioned in the chat, click on that link, use the code offer35. Using the code offer35, you will get access to 12. I repeat again, you get access to 12 updated MBA CET mocks that will cost you less than 81 rupees per mock. You would go to a coffee house and you would spend close to 300 to 400 bucks for a single coffee. But when it comes to the career paths, or for that matter, going for mocks that are closest to the examination, people think about that I should get the best option. I do not claim that we have the best option, but I claim that this option is definitely gonna help boost your score in the coming days, and you will see the difference yourself. This test series is made cost effective so that every aspirant can get access to this test series and at the same point of time get a value addition which would help him or her to get into his or her dream MBA college. So I repeat again, if you want to get access to MBA CET 22 test series having 12 updated mocks designed by JBIMS alumni, I suggest you click on the link that is being mentioned here. After going to the link, just you have to press offer35, redeem the code, and thereafter make the payment. You will get all the 12 mocks in one go. So this is all from my side from today. We tried to cover that what should be the strategy for the MBA CET exam, what were the exam dates, the important information, and at the same point of time, what can be the respective scores you should target in the coming MBA CET exam to get a decent percentile and beat the competition. So I'm going to show you that slide again, that these are the score ranges mapped with their percentiles. You should make a note of it. You can get a screenshot of that or snapshot of that. I'm going to send emails to all the users who are subscribed to our YT channel. So if you are not subscribed to our YT channel, I request you to subscribe to our YT channel. You'll get an email that will have a detailed overview of this score versus percentile mapping. And if you haven't started your MBA CET prep even now, then you do not need to worry. You need a proper strategy with smartness to focus on areas that are of high weightage. So if you need a strategic jump from here to here, you need updated mocks, you need close to the actual exam mocks. So click on that link, go and redeem the coupon code. And if even you think that I was just sort of selling this thing and there is no value, purpose or addition in this, I make a claim to you. You can try out any test series that is there and you see the value addition. And thereafter, you take Olive Board's MBA CET test series, you'll automatically realize that we provide closest to the actual exam interface. Attempting mocks is the most crucial part of your preparation. It is much important, to be very honest. It is more important than learning concepts, because if you are practicing mocks that are close to the actual examination, you have an idea of the level of difficulty of questions that can be asked in the actual examination, then you have an unsaid advantage over your competition. So this is all that I had today. I hope that this session has added a value addition in your preparation. You got to know what can be the possible best strategies for you in a manner to get a strategic jump from this score range to that score range. What should be the strategy, or what should be the preparation starting for MBA CET? In case of further queries and doubts, you can comment here, come on our YT channel, subscribe to Olive Board, or for that matter